So we are absolutely honored to be here. What a blast. Sean talked about our journey, right? Our journey coming into Orlando from Dallas. Believe it or not, we just made it like 20 minutes ago, okay? So just made it and we absolutely feel great. So yesterday was an amazing day. Have you seen the movie Matrix?
Yes.
We were all in a Matrix in Dallas Fort Worth Airport. I don't think it was reality because they're playing games with us. So instead of a bunch of angry people congregating at one place, they send people to different places. So first they'll split your gate, okay? They say it's a fake gate. I knew that. Kind of, the gate doesn't exist, the plane doesn't exist, but they keep sending you. So we went to another gate, and then we went to the launch, and we ate the same food again and again and again from morning to evening. And this is yesterday morning, we started our journey. We gave our bags in, so we have no access to our checked baggage. And from here, we're going to Dubai, actually. And so we're going there, so we don't even know whether our baggage is coming. It was great. And some people made it to the advanced stages of the game. It's a game, right? So some people like Vidya and all, they were made to sit in the plane. And that's an advanced level. We didn't get that far, okay? We got kicked out at level 60. They went to level 80. 80 people sat in the plane, and the plane went around, and it got de-iced. And then the captain says, I ran out of hours. I can't fly anymore. And Dan, you know this. And it comes back, and then they put them again. Again, they send them to one more gate and put them on a plane. So they really, really went to the most advanced level, 99. Have you played Snakes and Ladders? At 99, there's a big one. That's going to get you to 1. That's what happened to them. We got in from 70 to 1, okay? So anyway, we went back home last night and booked an early morning flight, 5 a.m. or 7 a.m., and that got canceled. And we got put into some other flight that got canceled. We got shunted back and forth, and finally we made it here. But the good news is the bags made it before us. So that's the best part. Anyway, we were in this amazing game, Matrix game yesterday, and it was so funny. I was laughing. You can't do anything anymore, right? You just laugh. And when Vidya called me, I said, hey, he's in advanced level of the game, Uma. I think they're going to come back, but they're enjoying it now. So anyway, it was fun, guys. So amazing to be here. How many of you are excited to be in Orlando? Come on. Catalyst. Catalyst 2025, and we are here. Uma and I are excited. We are from Dallas, Texas. We both are engineers by background. We have a master's degree in engineering each, not together. Even though it felt like that, right? We are studying together. And we are just absolutely flat out excited about this era in the business. I'll tell you why. And every year we send out to our team a theme. We have a theme, right? And we have not missed this, right? You got the theme. Okay, you got the memo, right? So we send out a theme every single year. And this year we said it's a year of what? Renewing, regeneration, revitalization, resurgence. All rework, rethink, okay? Reset. And we have reset 32, right? So we have the product. So we have this year, that is the theme. And that ties into what we want to say tonight. Tonight we want to talk about the beginning of something great starting here at Catalyst. How many of you are excited about that? Come on. So we want to take a moment to talk to new people, but first, before that, we've come from an amazing line of sponsorship. We have them in our gratitude list every single day. We haven't missed that, by the way. Starting with our upline, Satish and Sushma from Houston, Texas. And we are so grateful to them. By the way, we are not proud of our upline. We're grateful to them. Vocabulary change, okay? So, we're proud of our downline. We're grateful to our upline. So just to give you a hint, some of you, people say, I'm proud of my upline. You can't be proud. They're proud of you. Anyways, you're grateful, you're excited, you're appreciative. Am I making sense? So Satish and Sushma from Houston, Texas, and then goes up to Sridhar and Saumya in Houston, and then to Chetan and Vinita Rastogi, who are good friends of ours. We miss Chetan. Yeah, fingers crossed, weather, all kinds of stuff, right? So Chetan and Vinita Rastogi goes to Raj and Sangeeta Shah. And we can catch Raj and Sangeeta at any pin, right? And what an amazing line of sponsorship we have. And of course, our organization, this amazing, blessed organization. This is truly a blessed place in the world. I'll tell you that much. And if you're apprentices, take note of this, because this is the best you can get in the Amway business. We believe so because it's our organization, right? All of us together as a team. So we come from an amazing line of sponsorship. But before I go on, Uma, you want to get started with some of the things you have in your heart? You can share perhaps a little bit.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hi, everybody. Happy New Year. 2025. Wow, it's already here. It was like yesterday we had a conference here, and then now we're already here in January of 2025. Just wanted to wish you all a very happy New Year. I'm sure you had an amazing holiday season, Christmas, and the New Year's. But we're just excited to be here. This year has been just already an amazing, already we are in 10th. Today's 10th?
Yeah,
Yeah,
January
10th.
10th.
I mean, it looks like already so many things have happened, but we're just excited about what's to come this year, especially with the number of things that we have planned for our organization and the number of things I'm sure you have planned for your organizations. This is definitely a year. We call it the triple R, like resurgence, revitalization, and any R, yeah, just, and it's an year of triple R. So, so we're just excited about that. But yeah, I want Check to come. And we have 3 daughters. Check, Check and we've been married for 24 years now. 24 years now. And we have 3 beautiful daughters, a 20-year-old who is at the Naval Academy, finishing up, will be graduating in 2026, and we have a senior in high school who's about to go off to college, and then we have an 11-year-old, a feisty 11-year-old. We absolutely cherish our kids, and, they're just one of the best kids. I'm being biased, but, they've been amazing. So, yeah, with that, I want Check to kickstart this.
Absolutely. It is exciting. We're proud of her, of course, of Sindhu, all our daughters, Shreya and Sia, our third one. And it's an amazing feeling. When we started the business, I want to tell you the best way to re-emerge, reset, start a new beginning from today is to get obsessed with your purpose. Is that okay? Hashtag obsessed. I'll just talk about that. I have no time to talk about anything else. But, by the way, you don't have to be. You have a choice. You're an IBO. You're not an employee. You don't work for your upline. So, it is definitely voluntary and discretionary, okay? Success is optional and discretionary, okay? It's your discretion, whether you want to become successful or not. But we'll describe to you the thought process that we went through when we got obsessed, when we say that. And I say it in the right sense of the word, because successful people are obsessed. And don't get scared. It's a strong word. People nowadays don't like to use strong words. I mean, as long as you don't use colored language, but you can use a strong word, right? That's why I choose to use the word obsessed and not passionate even. It doesn't even cut it. We were obsessed.
Hashtag be obsessed.
Yeah, hashtag be obsessed. And why is that? Because people who are obsessed will do anything. They have a central purpose guiding their life. That's what we were. And I'll be honest with you. And it's a mentality we inherited. It was not like that in the beginning. So if you're not the kind of person, don't worry. But can you go home tonight, make one change this weekend to become obsessed with your purpose, which is what? To build a successful Amway business, isn't it? To build a successful business should be your obsession because you need to be the best at what you do. And so people, I want to start with apprentices. I want to congratulate you. Tomorrow is your graduation, right? We have this beautiful coin. Isn't that exciting? Well, with more power comes more responsibility, okay? So, which means that, you are now a full-fledged IBO. And I'll tell you, it's a contrary thought process because when you work for a company, you always look for who will pay my expenses, true? You'll always say, hey, can I, what is it called? Expense my flight? Of course you can expense your flight, your hotel room, your pencil, your eraser. You can expense a bunch of things. You buy a laptop, even though they only allow Windows machines, unless you're a graphic designer or something. But, you have somebody else paying for it. You know what is the one litmus test of being an entrepreneur? You are getting your own resources and tools. That is a start. You are responsible for, of course, your personal circle, okay? Which you have been doing it. By the way, there's no restriction on that, in the apprentice program. But now, you're also a full-fledged IBO. You get to pay for Amway renewal. Isn't that exciting? And you say, check, how is paying good, man? Paying is bad, right? It's negative. It's minus. Okay, no, it's plus. Because entrepreneurs invest. They won't let someone else invest. That's an employee. Your company is investing in you, in your tools, in your resources. But if you're an entrepreneur, you will take it upon you to say, I will own my own tools. So we couldn't wait for that. You will own your own responsibility now for Amway renewal, isn't it? First, you need to do the renewal. And that's already done, 31st. I'm sure every one of you have done it to be in this room. So that is what it is. So first, I want to tell you, congratulations. You get to be a business owner. Going back to obsession, Uma and I were obsessed. But you know what? Normal people, regular people, don't understand that. It scares them. If you go to a friend and they ask you, hey man, what have you been doing this weekend? What have you done this weekend? You say, oh, I went to Orlando and I went through snow. I drove and it was bad weather. I made it to Orlando and we were in this conference and it began Friday night and it wouldn't end till Sunday evening. It seems like that, right? It looks like that, because there's night all after night all after night all and day all and everything. So it won't end. And it ended on Sunday night. And I'm so excited. What do you think is the reaction? How do they respond to this? They say, oh, really? I'm so sorry. I don't know. I'm not that motivated as you are. True? Correct? So we got obsessed. And that's how normal people respond. But then you tell them, hey, this weekend, it was amazing. And we made a snowman. And it was just awesome. And we took pictures with it. We also did. But we got the pictures in the phone from our kids. Okay, so we were there almost. And so we did all this stuff. They say, wow, you had such a good time. So awesome, so proud of you. They like normal things. The moment you're stepping out of bounds and focused on a dream, obsessed with a dream, they will not like you. Is that okay with you? Yeah? And so when you get obsessed, you keep in mind, you will elicit some strong responses from people who don't necessarily follow your path. They're not on the same path to success. You want to add something?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Have you guys ever heard? I believe if you take a bucket of crabs, you put them in that bucket, and you don't need to put a lid on it. Because you know why? The moment one crab tries to crawl out of the bucket, the other crab pulls it down. And sometimes people are that way, isn't it? When you try to get out and you try to step out, they will start putting you down. They will start questioning you. They will start making fun of it, isn't it? Haven't you heard, slow down. Life is to be enjoyed. Don't work too much. Don't work too much. Don't work too hard. Take it easy. Be grateful. Someone else is worse off than you. Have you heard that?
What a standard.
Life is short, right? And money isn't everything. And says the guy who is going to work every day everywhere. And money isn't everything. Bigger isn't better. YOLO. Have you heard of YOLO? These days I'm hearing so many of them saying YOLO. Yeah. You only live once. In that one,
you need to have a new acronym.
Come on. I know you only live once, but how do you want to live that once? Right? Just as you reboot a computer by restarting it and reloading the operating system, all people need to reboot themselves. And this conference, this weekend, is exactly that. And we are all in transition, getting older, starting over, and things change. The destination changes, condition change, motivation changes. There are disappointments, challenges, losses. If you don't stay obsessed with where you're going, you will become that person who you don't want to be. Lost, jaded, and wasting away your life. You don't want, I can promise you, if there is anything, if you're new here, you're among the people who are obsessed about their future, who are obsessed about going somewhere in life. We have some champions in this room that, you know what, the moment they heard the flights are all canceled, they just took cars and started driving to Orlando.
There's one young couple here from Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, the whole bunch of them, they just started driving. It's 20 hours for us. From Dallas to Orlando. They just started driving. And that is what an obsessed person does. They're obsessed about their future. They're obsessed about their dream. And you know what? People can't understand that. I'm sure the same reason somebody else who lost their dream will say, you know what, my flight got canceled, and that's why I couldn't be there. And that's a person who lost their dream. And you guys here, who is in the room today, I know there are different places had snowstorms, but you're here. Pat yourself on the back. We're just so proud of each and every one of you guys. You are the definition of being obsessed. You are dreamers, and you are willing to do whatever it takes to fulfill your dreams.
Absolutely. And we were like that. we remember getting started, right, Uma? 1,000 PV in the business. Snowstorm in Kansas City, Thanksgiving Day. And we were like, we had 7 plans or something like that. We were crazy. And we went there, and there was one restaurant open in Snowstorm, Wichita, Texas, right? No, Wichita, Kansas. And we were driving back from Wichita. I had this Eclipse, Mitsubishi Eclipse, my only possession in life at that time. So that too financed. So we had this, and my car spun like 4 or 5 times in the middle of the highway, and we were like laughing about it. And we were like crazy. I mean, we had guardian angels watching over us, but so don't do stupid things and put your life in jeopardy, okay? And don't say Czech said this. I'm not saying that, okay? Use your brain and common sense, but be obsessed. Be excited, be obsessed. And we were obsessed. And when we told that to somebody else in a plan we were doing, and that couple was like depressed. So right away, I learned how to modulate. We learned how to modulate. We're not telling lies, but I learned how to disclose what to who, right? What kind of information should I disclose? For a prospective business owner, I'm not going to sit down and say, man, I'm so obsessed. I'm going to scare the living daylights out of you. I'm not going to say that. They can't relate to you. Obviously, but you all in this room, you're not PBOs, right? You're apprentices who graduated, or apprentices who are 4 months old. True? From September. Okay? So you all are obsessed people. Those things don't apply to you. Is that okay if I talk like that? Obsession in a right way about your purpose is what changed it. So there are many people in this room. You look at Vidya and Rama Tati Pamla. Pretty obsessed people, actually. Really, really obsessed people. We are a bunch of obsessed people. I'll only mention obsessed people, okay? They're obsessed with the business. And they're downline, new Founders Emeralds, Anand and Pushpa Savulge. What a brand new Founders Emeralds. And, Anand, of course, obsession is his middle name, okay? And a pretty obsessed person, I would say, and their team is all laughing here, and they know why exactly I'm saying that. So, Anand and Pushpa Savulge, and you go on to people, Vikram and Bhavna Yudula, right? Prashant and Shruti, brand new achievers. Animation Suprita, all achievers people. These are obsessed people. They're pretty obsessed, and we have a couple of new people now joining the Achievers Club.
Yes.
Rajendra and Arunima, they're downline Tony and Jennifer from Houston. New goals. These are all obsessed people. And there's an obsession. Same thing I can tell you about Raj and Deepthi Kalvacharla. And I see Raj and Deepthi here. Come what it takes, they will be here. They're obsessed people. And many, many leaders coming up in their team. Praveen, and of course we'll talk about that. But Raj and Deepthi and Suresh and Leela and so many others coming in their team, we're so proud of you guys. And of course, Praveen and Vasavi, another obsessed people. Oh, you look at you guys. They were on the same flight, by the way. We got them safely here, or they got us. So, pretty obsessed people, all these people. I can say the same thing about Kant and Shaku Miriala. What leadership, you guys are obsessed to, and we all are people who are obsessed with certain thing for decades. Our obsession doesn't change, right? About this business, forefront of our life. I can say Upen and Maithili Varanasi are frontline, okay? Same thing with them, my own sister and brother-in-law. Obsessed people. Oh, tomorrow, who are we meeting, Uma, in 2 days? We're meeting a bunch of new achievers in Australia in our team, along with Sean and Reena Smith. Some of you heard their podcast and all. That's the guy I met on a plane a few years ago, just before COVID, on the airplane one morning in Australia, going from Adelaide to Canberra. The guy who dropped me at the Adelaide airport quit. The guy who received me at Canberra airport quit. The guy I met in the middle, Sean W. Smith and Reena, Sean and Reena, have humongous growth. So tomorrow we're meeting them and 2 new achievers or 3 new achievers in our team, and it is absolutely phenomenal. Now, I'm not going to tell you that you'll make it there, okay? I'm not implying that. Is it okay? But unless you're willing to put in the work that we did. Am I making sense to you? So when I'm describing all this stuff, please don't take it for granted. Just because you're hearing from me, you're going to make it there. But if you make it your obsession and shoot for that Founders Platinum level in the business and beyond, right? Founders Platinum and up. So that is what we're obsessed about. Guys, I'll tell you this. We have lived our life to a certain purpose and an obsession. And we wanted to catch that tonight, that obsession. You want to be outside a little bit different than other people when you go back. You can't come to a conference like Catalyst, right? And not be transformed, not be changed. And then there's no point of being here. So make that your immediate goal to take it from tonight, right? And tomorrow at the conference. So we're just excited to be here. And wow, we'll even give back 10 seconds. But you know what? Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you had a great time. And let me ask you this. How many people are willing to make that commitment to get obsessed? Can I hear you guys? Come on. Sound as if you're obsessed. Come on, can I hear you again? Who is it? Come join us.
This is a copyrighted program of The Collective.